All right, here we are on New Year's Eve. Been a while since I've done a video and just felt like it was time to do one for New Year's Eve. It's been an amazing year. Looking forward to another amazing year. And I'm hoping and wishing you guys all the best in the coming year. And I just wanted to say a few things about uh, what we can do to make it a great year. And we have more power and more ability to do that than most people realize. And we can do that through our imagination. I know that sounds crazy, but think about it. Imagination, nothing happens without imagination. Nothing gets created without imagination. That car you drive, that house you have, the place you live, all of that started out in someone's imagination first. And so let's just say the human imagination. And we can see ourselves in the end result. You know, if you're going to build a house, you see the end result, and you don't worry about how it's all going to happen up to, well, maybe some people do, but you shouldn't. You know, you hire a contractor, you draw up plans, you know, and you look forward to living in the house when it's built. So I've been reading a lot of Neville Goddard lately, and I highly recommend that. If you haven't read him or heard of him, or you can go on YouTube, there's plenty of videos of his lectures. They call them lectures back in the day, but he died in 1972, but he did a lot of seminars, if you will. I recommend him, Joseph Murphy, and Dr. Joe Dispenza. How about we change the world, folks? We really can. It's really up to us. You know, most of humanity, myself included for many years, believes that we are victims of circumstances and things just happen. Shit happens, you know, that's one of our sayings in our society. And it's true as long as we believe that. But how about we take control, we take the reins? And there's a way to do that. And it's the power within us. All the ancient writings in the scriptures from all the different cultures, from the Bible to the Vedas to the Buddhic stuff to the Theosophists, you name it. All the esoteric writings and scriptures and disciplines teach that the kingdom of God is within you, or everything is within you. And so if that's the case, if it's all within us, all we need to do is wake up to our power and who we are. Excuse me. I always get a scratchy throat when I start talking. So I need to imagine not doing that, right? So anyways, look into those guys. But let's see a wonderful 2020 with all the changes. A lot of people are anticipating a lot of good changes, and that's fantastic. You know, the politics has been divided more than I've ever seen it. You know, and a lot of people are sick of it, including myself. And we have the politics that we're manifesting. You know, a sleeping humanity has been manifesting their fears for millennia, and so. This is what I'm trying to say. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you, to a lot of you maybe. And it's like, oh, well, man, Blaine's finally gone off the deep end here. Look into it. Look into who you are. Look into, you know, why things are the way they are. And consider that you're not a victim of circumstances, that you've been manifesting your reality unaware. So I'm not saying it's your fault. You've been unaware of it. We all have. And, you know, I've learned this last year more about who I am and where I came from and who all of you are and who all of you came from. And the one great life, or as most people call it in the Western world, God, is who we are. We are part of the infinite source that the scriptures teach that is within you. If the kingdom of God is within you, then God is within you. So, you know, that rubs some people the wrong way because of tradition and dogma and different things. But just keep an open mind and consider it. I'm not, you know, I don't require agreement on everything. All I'm saying is consider who you are and ask in meditation. I've done a video where I've been asking for a while in meditation who I am, and I got an answer. And it was quite profound. And I've gotten other profound things through that too. Go into the silence. And I've learned the true meaning of prayer also, and how to pray. And if you have a Christian background, the scriptures teach that, ask and you shall receive, knock and it'll be opened to you. So how come all these people are praying day in and day out and don't seem to be getting the answer, to their prayers or the door open that they want? It's clearly in there, and there's many more scriptures that support that. Anything that you ask for, you'll receive. So there's a way to do that. And I would recommend reading Neville Goddard if you want to learn how to do that. Okay. If you read him and he doesn't seem to resonate with you, then try Dr. Joseph Murphy or try Joe Dispenza. Joe Dispenza explains it more from a scientific point of view and a quantum physics point of view. And quantum physics is starting to catch up with the ancient wisdom now. And it's very, very interesting stuff. And different things resonate with different people. And so anyways, I wanted to encourage you to do that, and so that we can manifest a greater 2020 and onward. And we do that, it's by our collective imagination that we have what we have for society, and including all the problems and the wars and the strifes. There's no us and them, folks. It's just us. You've probably heard the cliche, we are all one. And we are. And I've experienced that. I've believed that for a long time, but I actually had an experience where I experienced the oneness of all of us. And it reminds me of the throwing a stone into the pond metaphor. And when you do that, the ripples ripple throughout the entire pond. Every drop of water is an individual in the pond, but it's also the whole pond. And that's kind of the metaphor for us being all one. We are all connected in some way or another. And so what you do to anybody else, you're doing to yourself, and you're doing to the whole. Everything you do, everything you do, say, think is way more important than you think in the grand scheme of things. You're not some little insignificant worm that doesn't matter. Everything that we do, say, contributes to the whole, positive or negative. And some of the negative is necessary. We need to go through some of the fires so that we can rise from the ashes as the phoenix to who and what we are. So I don't know if that's getting a little too spiritual or esoteric for you, but hey, it's who I am. That's the other thing too I want to mention. Be your authentic self. Stop hiding who you are, because you're afraid you might offend people or family or friends. I'm not doing that anymore. I am who I am, and I'm going to be that person. Now, if you're a person, if who you are, or who you think you are, somebody who harms people or pisses people off, then I would encourage you to look into why that is happening, because in my understanding and experience, people who harm others and hurt others it's because they're in pain themselves. Okay. Even the mass murderers and the terrorists and all these kinds of things, there's a lot of pain and suffering there. And if you can experience, like I did, the oneness of all of us, you could see how and why that affects us, and you can actually have some compassion for what they're going through. I know that sounds crazy. And a couple of years ago, I would have thought that sounded completely crazy, even though I already believed in the oneness of all of us. But it was more of an intellectual belief that kind of rang true to me until I actually had that experience. So anyways, this video is probably getting too long as usual. So I hope you guys all have a great New Year's. We usually stay home on New Year's Eve, but we got invited to a party. So you know what? We're going to go and enjoy it. We probably won't stay out till midnight, but and have some fun. And that's the other thing. We're here in life to have some fun, to enjoy life too. Don't take everything so seriously. Even some of the problems, sometimes you just gotta sit back and laugh a little bit, when it seems like you're stepping in one cow pie after another, etc. So, but look into Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Dr. Joe Dispenza, and stop stepping in those cow pies. There's a way, and it's easier than you think. So, all right, everybody, see you on the flip side. I wish you prosperity, peace, abundance, goodwill to all, and have a great New Year's. Take care.